Let's pause for silence. Oh. So last week we started the last topic, the three yogas, and we read the first paragraph, the introduction, and then Karma Yoga. Now, just a quick recap. See, the purpose of these three spiritual practices, three spiritual disciplines, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, action, devotion, knowledge, is to purify our desires to begin with. And when you purify your desires, eventually it will qualify you to practice meditation. So without offloading the bulk of desires, without purifying desires, without developing that sense of renunciation which follows when you offload or when you purify your desires, there is no way you can practice meditation. Meditation is not a practice, it is a state. It is important for you to understand this. And of course, through meditation, you eliminate your last fiber of desires. And then you attain the ultimate state of self realization or God realization. So there is a long way to go for all of us as a seeker. So your focus in life has to be only on this. This has to be your only mission. In fact, it is your only mission. Whether you understand it or not, whether you accept it or not, that is your problem. It's not a problem of the scriptures. And for that, you don't have to do anything different. See, that's the confusion people have. That this is spiritual path, and then I follow karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. There is no such thing. Your life is karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, which includes everything: your profession, your family life, your obligations, all aspects of your life. And then we talked about karma yoga, path of action. It's extremely important for you to understand. The gist of it is very simple. Whatever you do it in a spirit of service and sacrifice. That is karma yoga. So there were two presentations on karma yoga. One was by Veera, and somebody else had volunteered, right? Tushar or who?
Bhaskar, but he's not there, Amitji.
Bhaskar is not here. Okay. So let's listen to Veera's presentation. He's not well, so Radha is going to read out his presentation.
So Karma Yoga means every action transforms into spiritual offering. Steps to follow. 1. Action as an offering rather than a transaction. Point 2. Focus on effort rather than result. 3. Work just as an instrument. 4. Exhaust desires through service and sacrifice. 5. Be aware, self is a silent witness. 6. Equanimity, where you treat success and failure equally.
Amiji, I'm on the call. Hari Om, Amiji. I'm on the call, but I can't be on video, Amiji. Just listening to Amiji. Thank you.
Oh, you're listening to your own presentation. Okay, good, good. Excellent. So any questions on
Amiji,
Karma Yoga?
Amiji,
Yes, sir.
can I make a small presentation?
Yeah, of course.
This
You
is
can
a
make a big
practical.
presentation.
This is a practical thing which is happening in the office.
Right.
It's my perspective. I'm the CFO of a manufacturing company. There are a lot of challenges in the company. We are embarked on various initiatives. I'm in the middle of implementing them. The motivation of the owner is to improve the bottom line, which is a natural thing. One of the initiatives is to eliminate certain customers which are not adding value. This will result in reducing some of the headcount in the company. The way I am approaching this initiative is preservation rather than reduction. We as a company have a responsibility of about 120 employees. My motivation is this initiative. Yes, it will eliminate some jobs and our customer base, but this will help us preserve 90 odd jobs so that they can feed their families. Incidentally, it will improve the bottom line. Yes. However, that's my motivation.
Excellent. Excellent. So are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So the next few paragraphs, he talks about what is Bhakti Yoga, what is devotion, and what is Jnana Yoga, path of knowledge. And incidentally, that's the topic you all will be listening to on July 10th. In fact, I'm in Pune today. We had an amazing event. The Pune Center, they had organized. So they had booked an auditorium, quite big auditorium. I think around 450 people were there. We had live bhajans from Vedanta Academy students, and then we listened to this talk, which you are going to listen to on July 10th. So that talk was given in Bombay on the occasion of Guru Purnima by Swamiji when he was 81. It's a very powerful talk where beautifully explains the gist of these three yogas: path of action, devotion, and knowledge. So I'm not going to get into too much explanation. You get my point. So that's going to be the homework for you. So July 10th, if you can watch it at 9:30, right? Yeah, 9:30 to 10:30 our time, New York time. But if you cannot, the recording will be available for a week or 10 days. But make sure you listen to that talk. Don't miss it. But having said that, of course, I'm going to explain the key points. So let's move on to Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, envisages an acute awareness of the splash of divinity everywhere. Devotion is surrender to one's area of ignorance. For example, when you suffer from an illness and do not know medicine, you must bow down to that realm of ignorance. Surrender to a doctor. A human being is steeped in ignorance in practically all aspects of life. How the sun rises every morning and sets every evening, providing vitality to living beings. How the earth yields vegetation. How the clouds supply water. How all creatures are gracefully provided with food and drink. Moreover, everything in the world is perfectly designed for their existence. Above all, the numbers of carnivore, herbivore, and herbs are meticulously proportioned for the survival of beings. If the numbers of different creatures are not regulated, life will be extinct. Imagine the carnivore in as large numbers as herbivore, and herbivore as few as carnivore, and herbs less and herbivore more. If that be so, life in the planet would instantly come to an end. Hardly any human is aware of this ingenious plan of survival of beings in the world. Thus, people are steeped in ignorance of the divinity that shapes life as such. To recognize this colossal ignorance and surrender to the unknown hand which maintains this phenomenon of life is devotion to God.
So devotion to God or path of devotion is not something you do different. See, that is where misunderstanding comes. People believe that going to a temple or a church or a mosque or going on a pilgrimage, doing various rituals is bhakti yoga, path of devotion. Incidentally, you may do it. We're not saying you should not do it if that's what is your requirement. But the purpose of all that is to bring about awareness. Awareness of what? Of areas of our ignorance. So to areas of our ignorance, we surrender. That is bhakti, that is devotion. So most of the things we don't understand how it functions. It's amazing how nature functions, how life is sustained, how everything is meticulously provided for us. We don't understand. So some unknown hand is orchestrating the whole thing. We don't understand what is that. So that unknown entity, to that unknown power, to that unknown supreme reality, we bow down. So that is bhakti yoga, that is devotion. You could maintain it 24/7. That's the beauty. So that is why we said in the introduction that karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga is not something different. That's your life. That is my life. So bhakti or devotion is nothing but surrendering to areas of your ignorance. We don't know how to live life, the science of life and living. We understand that, we accept it, and we graciously surrender to the enlightened masters. We surrender to scriptures. So that's the gist of bhakti yoga, path of devotion. And then he continues. So devotion is explained from various angles. So the next explanation is more from practical level. So Tejo, can we have The next few paragraphs.
Ironically, devotion to God has been reduced to a mockery of selfish prayers. Prayer all over has become licensed beggary. People visit places of worship, pray to God to solicit favors. Some ask for material benefit, others seek mental peace, yet others wish to gain intellectual proficiency in mundane literature. They all seek mere personal gain through their prayers. Few direct their prayers for the unfoldment of the divine self within. Sabine Baring-Gould captures the above thought in his beautiful poem, The Olive Tree. The poet describes two hermits planting olive saplings for growing olives as they needed oil for their prayers. Having planted the sapling, one hermit prayed for rain, for sunshine, and for frost to cherish the plant. All his prayers were granted, but the plant eventually perished. Whereas the other hermit asked for nothing. He surrendered to the unknown for its growth. The plant flourished, grew into a tree, and yielded olives. That is surrender to one's ignorance, surrender to the unseen. That is devotion to God. The poem. The olive tree, said an ancient hermit bending half in prayer upon his knee, oil I need for midnight watching, I desire an olive tree. Then he took a tender sapling, planted it before his cave, spread his trembling hands above it, as his benison he gave. But he thought the rain it needeth, that the root may drink and swell. God, I pray thee send thy showers, so a gentle shower fell. Lord, I ask for beams of summer, cherishing this little child. Then the dripping clouds divided, and the sun looked down and smiled. Send it frost to braze his tissues, oh my God, the hermit cried. Then the plant was bright and hoary, but at even song it died. Went the hermit to a brother sitting in his rocky cell. Thou an olive tree possesseth. How is this, my brother, tell? I have planted one and prayed, now for sunshine, now for rain. God hath granted each petition, yet my olive tree hath slain. Said the other, I entrusted to its guard my little tree. He who made knew what it needed better than a man like me. Laid I on him no conditions, fixed no ways and means, so I wonder not my olive thriveth, whilst the olive tree did die. Sabine Baring-Gould.
So if you have to understand what is bhakti, what is devotion, you have to master this poem. So he's talking about two hermits, hermit A, hermit B. So hermit A, he prayed for everything to God. Both of them planted olive saplings. So they wanted to extract olive oil. So hermit A went on praying to God. Give me sunshine, give me wind, give me frost, give me this, give me that. Everything was approved, sanctioned and approved. And in spite of that, the sapling died. That's the beauty. The second hermit did not ask for anything, zero. He did what you're supposed to do. It goes without saying. And beautifully, his sapling thrived. It became a proper, fully grown olive tree. So that's the conversation between hermit A and hermit B. So he's asking him, hermit A to hermit B, I prayed to God and everything was sanctioned In spite of that, my plant died. How come your plant is surviving? So that's the last stanza, last few lines. I entrusted to its God my little tree. He who made it knew what it needed better than a man like me. Laid I on him no conditions, fixed no ways and means. So I wonder not my olive thriveth, whilst my olive tree did die. So when he says, laid I on him no conditions, fixed no ways and means, see, it is important to understand that he did what he ought to do. That is where the confusion can come. And he surrendered to cause and effect, left it to God, meaning surrendering it to cause and effect. This is how the supreme reality functions in the world. So our obligation doesn't matter what we are doing in life. It's just to sow the right cause, fix a goal, and function with higher values. Apply these higher values, whatever we are learning in the scriptures, you just live those values. So how can it's not possible that there will not be a positive effect. See, that's the functioning of God, as if there is an ordainer. If cause and effect is not functioning, then there is confusion. Then you understand. You go on working hard, you work diligently, you work in the spirit of service and sacrifice, you do everything. And in spite of that, something negative happens. It's not possible. Eventually, you will succeed. You will be a peaceful person. So, it doesn't matter what activity you are engaged in. Surrender to cause and effect. Are you following? A student just does what he or she is supposed to do. There is cause and effect. I mean, how come it is possible that you are sincere, you are consistent, you have fixation on your goal, and you fail in your exams? Then we all should worry. Oh my God, there is a problem. So it's not chaos. There is a beautiful order in the world, and that is cause and effect. So there is a possibility of misunderstanding the poem. Good many people will misunderstand this poem unless there is explanation like this. So Hermit 2 did what he ought to do. It goes without saying. But he surrendered to the cause and effect. The first hermit did not surrender to cause and effect. There's no devotion. So that's the gist of Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion. See, are you getting the practical application of it? Otherwise, people they ask, genuinely, we all believe Bhakti Yoga is only on Saturdays or Sundays. That's it. When we go to temple or a church, rest of the time, what are we doing? No, you carry this mental attitude 24/7. Doesn't matter what you are doing. See, end of the day, you should retire with this bhavana. Bhavana meaning that attitude. I have done what ought to be done. All aspects of life. Your duties in your family, your duties in your profession, your duties towards your society or a community or a nation, towards the whole world. And then hit the bed with this attitude. Now let God take care of everything, meaning the law of cause and effect. I have faith in that. I surrender. See, what a beautiful life we will have, isn't it? Instead of worrying all the time, oh my God, what will happen? What will happen? That's what happened to Hermit B. And there was a disaster. This is what is happening to most people. It's a beautiful poem. and he's explaining bhakti or devotion from very practical point of view. A lot of people have this question. They say, I'm not devotional. I don't believe in going to a temple or a church or a mosque. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you may go. Why not? But you go there to bring about this awareness. Do you get the connection? Most people, they have distorted the concept of devotion. That they're going there to ask for something. By asking, you're not going to get anything. So the cause effect is automatic. You don't have to ask. It's already given to you. So are we okay? No questions?
So the awareness, Amitji, is just to be aware of the fact that you can only do things to the best of ability and leave the rest to the unknown force that will bring about the right effect.
Cause and effect. Unknown force means cause and effect. How that unknown force functions, in layman's language, how God functions, supreme reality functions, is the functioning of cause and effect. That is there, is built in this world. You don't have to worry about it. Just sow the cause, effect is automatic. How can you not get the effect when you sow the right cause? So that mental satisfaction, that awareness is devotion. So are we okay?
So practically speaking, we drop the anxiety for the result.
How can there be an anxiety? That's the whole
Yes.
thing. Anxiety will come when there is no effect. So therefore, I gave that example. I mean, you do everything right as a student, and in spite of that, there is no guarantee. You may pass, you may not pass. I mean, what kind of an education system is this? It doesn't happen that way.
Amiji, does this cause and effect also apply when one sows the wrong cause?
Cause and effect applies positively, negatively.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question. You try your best and work on that, think about that. And can you ask the help God or surrender to God for the result? But you pray also, this is my thing, and then you leave it at that. Whatever the result comes, you accept it.
Ask for what?
Like you are trying to plan something and you say, okay, I'm going to work together, I'm going to use my intellect and everything, and I'm praying God also to help me out, and then accept whatever it happens, anything.
God is helping you through cause and effect. That's the whole point. You may ask, but He is going to tell you, hey, brother, hey, sister, sow the cause. Why are you asking? I have already given it to you through the medium of right action. So what is there? That's the whole point. What is there to ask? You ask when you are not aware of law of causation. That's the whole point. It's like a student, high class student, he does everything, whatever he or she is supposed to do. And then after the exam is over, student goes to the principal's office and makes a request, sir, I have done, I've been an excellent student the last 3-4 years. So I tried my level best, but I request you to take a look at my, why don't you correct the exam papers? So what principal is going to say?
Yeah.
You get the point.
Yeah, I got the point.
So prayer is nothing but that awareness.
Okay.
Awareness of the hand of God is in all facets of life through cause and effect. It's assured. No aspect of life is excluded. That's the beauty, where law of causation does not function. So what else is there to ask for? It's already sanctioned. It's already given. You get the point?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Are we okay? Yeah. Let's move on to the next paragraph where he talks about Jnana Yoga. It's very simple.
Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, is the role of the intellect to distinguish and perceive the difference between the terrestrial and the transcendental, between the unreal and the real, between the ephemeral and the eternal. You need to develop an awareness of this subtle distinction in the mundane world to progress in the path of knowledge. A daily study of the author's seminal work, Vedanta Treatise, The Eternities, in the early hours of the morning should help you gain that perception.
Perfect. So again, path of knowledge, Jnana Yoga, is not to become scholars. The purpose of knowledge, whatever we are studying here, is to imbibe these values in our day-to-day life. That's it. And what are these values? What's the main value? That you must understand what is permanent, what is impermanent in life. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka Vicharam. Adi Shankaracharya says that in Bhajagovindam. What is permanent, what is impermanent? So anything terrestrial is impermanent. So only supreme reality, divinity, which is the core of our personality, that's the only thing which is permanent in life, in this whole world. And we are constantly transacting, attached to all impermanent aspects of life. That doesn't mean you don't contact. What else you will contact? But you are attached to impermanent aspects of life, and nothing is going to stay. First of all, your life is impermanent, isn't it? Your family is impermanent, however beautiful, wonderful family you may have. See, at some stage, it is all going to end. Wealth is not permanent. So what is permanent in this life, in this world? Nothing. Everything is impermanent. And you are completely busy. Most people, 99.99% people are completely busy, obsessed, playing with impermanent aspects of life. What a waste. So you bring about that awareness. That is all. It is not that you do anything different. That constant awareness of what is permanent, what is impermanent in life. So once you get that awareness, carry on with whatever you are doing. That's the beauty. This is how you become objective in life. Even this shall pass away. Nothing stays. So you may know all the scriptures, but may not be able to apply what they are teaching you. This is the misunderstanding of path of knowledge. It's not scholastic knowledge, what we are studying. is not scholastic knowledge. So these are values of life and living. The ultimate truth. Through these higher values, you will get to the ultimate truth, which is permanent. Everything else is impermanent. Once you get that awareness through knowledge, then you're established in this knowledge. Who is a nanny? Person may not know scriptures, but he could be a nanny. You get the point. May not know the spelling of Bhagavad Gita, Bible, or anything, but he is living the message of the scriptures. Person may be illiterate. See, today, this event I'm talking about, so we had bhajans, and then they showed some unique photos and video clips of Swamiji. And there is one person called as Ganpat. I have talked about him. So they showed photo, like Swamiji was like hugging him. They had gone to Karla caves. So he's a villager. He passed away a few years back. Illiterate person. He was the only person Swamiji used to allow to come and attend lectures. Once in a while he used to come, maybe once in 6 months, 7 months, whatever. He doesn't know the spelling of English, Ganpat. He's an illiterate person. But he was so focused on the spiritual goal. That's what Swami used to tell us. See, he is nanny. He did not even go to school, incidentally, did not even know how to sign. But he's nanny, Ganpat. So we saw that photograph. Fascinating. And our understanding of nanny is what? This is what I'm trying to get at. If I were to ask you, who is a nanny? Who is a person of knowledge? What would be your answer? What could be your answer?
Who is
The layman's.
who is completely qualified to do the job of nanny.
A person who is rattles off all this, books without really practicing anything.
Excellent. He attends all the classes. He never misses any class. E-learning is doing, right? Every year he or she goes to Vedanta Academy. I'm not saying you should not do all these things. Per se, it means nothing. Therefore, I gave example of Ganpat. I will try to share that photograph with you. I mean, you all knew him. Fascinating. In fact, just for fun, Swamiji used to prostrate to him, and he used to prostrate back to Swamiji. They used to play that game. Illiterate guy. Swamiji cannot speak Hindi. Very few words. He doesn't know a word of English. But they had amazing friendship for 25, 30 years. I mean, it's fascinating. In fact, he was husband of one of the ladies who used to work in kitchen. So nanny does not mean scholastic knowledge. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So our mission in life is to get that awareness. I hope I'm able to convey what I'm trying to say, that what is permanent, what is impermanent. And we all are completely caught up in what?
The
It's a
impermanent.
question of more or less. Sorry?
I'm caught up in the impermanent.
Impermanent aspect of life. Examine your life to educate yourself. What are you playing with? What are you transacting all the time? What are you attached to? Everything is absolutely impermanent. So what is permanent? Only that supreme reality is permanent. So that distinction. So if you have that distinction and then you carry on with the world, doesn't matter. You may be the richest man, you may be the most powerful person in the world. It's okay. But you have no value for it. And when you develop that attitude only through this knowledge, are you with me? See, otherwise, no, everything is impermanent. So I don't contact the world. No, there is no such thing. You understand the futility of the whole thing. If you get that awakening, if you get that awareness, you are what?
Jnani.
Yogi.
You're a jnani. So, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. Listen to Swamiji's lecture to get more clarity. And let's read the concluding paragraph.
The above three disciplines of karma, action, bhakti, devotion, and jnana, knowledge, should be practiced conscientiously every day to help unfold the self within. Such concerted practice would gradually annihilate one's desires. And with the reduction of desires, the practitioner develops a sense of detachment, a dispassion for all that the world offers. This sense of detachment and dispassion is an essential prerequisite, a preparatory state for practicing meditation. In the ultimate stage, the practitioner with a prepared mind plunges into meditation to gain self-realization. He then merges with the Supreme Reality, attains spiritual enlightenment.
So, your only goal in life should be self-improvement, followed by reaching the goal of spiritual enlightenment. They mean same. You don't have to worry. What is self-realization? 100% self-improvement is self-realization. So entire life you should be focused on self-improvement, becoming a better human being. And that is possible only through your daily association with this knowledge. In fact, you have no other goal in life. I don't know whether you understand it or not. And if you do this, all aspects of your life will be taken care of. That's the beauty. Your family will be taken care of, your finances will be taken care of, your health will be taken care of, everything will be taken care of. But if you neglect this, the knowledge, all aspects of life, you will go through knocks and shocks of life. This is what is happening to practically everybody. There is no correction required outside. You correct yourself inside through this knowledge. Somebody may ask, what's the connection of learning scriptures and getting along with my wife or husband? There is the most direct connection. Without this knowledge, you cannot have harmony with anybody. Without this knowledge, you cannot be stress-free. It's impossible. It doesn't matter what you do. The stress will follow you like a shadow. So keep your association with this knowledge going every day. Be consistent. I'm repeating, all aspects of your life will be taken care of. And fortunately, most of you are consistent. So I don't have to repeat it beyond a point. But you need to take it to the next level. The ultimate is you have to do e-learning course. There is no other way. It's a game changer. At least 25, 30 people are doing that. How many of you are doing e-learning here? I think I can see most of you are doing. I mean, whoever is on my screen, I think 90% of them are doing. I mean, whenever you are ready, you do it. But don't say that I need 20, you will never be ready. At some stage, you will be ready. But listen it straight from the master. So what course we studied in Vedanta Academy, fortunately due to the technology, I mean, same lectures you watch, video lectures. The complete study of scriptures, 3 years. You may take 4 years, doesn't matter. But that should be your goal. So don't postpone it. Try to register for e-learning whenever you feel you are ready, or if you're sincere, that's the way to go about. So what's the time, Radha?
10:46, Amitji.
Yeah, 10:46. So that concludes this book, The Holocaust of Attachment. And the next book will be Governing Business and Relationships. So we are following that order. We started with The Fall of the Human Intellect, then Holocaust of Attachment. Next book will be Governing Business and Relationships, but we'll take up that book next year in 26, maybe March or something. And it will be followed by Vedanta treatise. So that order we follow, in addition to Bhagavad Gita. So study of these 4 books will make it easy for you to understand Gita, Upanishad, Bible, whatever scriptures you are following. But till we start governing business and relationships, is nothing but self-management. That's all. So there are so many events which are happening. We are going to start 7-part lecture series on Upanishad from August 10th, if I'm not mistaken. It will be on like 7 consecutive Sundays. Then it will be followed by our biannual retreat in upstate New York. So we're going to do select verses from Kaivalya Upanishad. Dates are already out. I think we have announced 26, 27, 28 September. Then we are doing some youth talks. I think it's happening in August, age group like 10 to 17, 18. Have I missed something? Then there are some local talks which are happening, in-person lectures in Troy Temple.
Yes.
Youth camp, international youth camp is coming in India. Vijay's son, he's quite keen. Tejo attended last year, right? Tejo?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and even Vijay's older son, Madhava, he also attended, but both want to attend. Vijay's son, he's just 15, he's 6'4". Don't go by his size, he's just a kid. He's 15. So he was with us, the whole family, to attend this Vedanta Academy retreat. So he was inspired. So he and his brother, they want to come back in December. Dates are out. And again, Vedanta Academy retreat for the class members will be in January. So there is a lot which is happening. So note down all these dates in your calendar, and whatever is practical, do it. But I would strongly recommend those who haven't been to the academy, at least once they should get that experience. Vedanta Academy Experience Retreat. It is exclusively meant for class members. So we'll share these details with you. And I think we have already sent an email, right? Note down these dates.
No, Amitji, we'll have to send it.
We'll send it. We'll send it. So there is a lot of material for you to reflect on in this book. Those who participate in small group discussions, this is the food for the thought, Number 1. Number 2, if you have any questions from this book, from chapter 1 till the end, don't hesitate, send your questions. So when I come back to US, we can have maybe 2 or 3 consecutive question and answer sessions. So should we conclude? Any quick doubts? Anything not clear? Anything is bothering you?
I have a question. I'm just
Uh-huh.
wondering, when is the Governing Business and Relationships book review going to start? Is that next Sunday or will there be a break?
Next year in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next Sunday, we're not meeting again?
No, today's the last. I think I should have mentioned that. That's it.
Thank you.
So send that email, Radha. I think it's a good point that the study of Holocaust of attachment is concluded.
Yes.
Just a quick email saying these girls can help you.
Yes.
Tejo or Anna, just put few lines together and just send it to the whole group.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So have a wonderful
Thank you.
day. Sorry, I was about to say good night, but for me it is night. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Amit
Have a safe
Thank
time in
you.
India.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Amitji.
Bye.